Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about pistol grips, specifically switching them out for aftermarket options. Today we're going to be switching out the factory pistol grip off the Savage MSR 15 and putting on one of these Magpul MOE pistol grips. The pistol grip that comes on the Savage is not a bad option, but is there room to improve? Yes. A lot of people have different reasons why they want to switch out pistol grips, whether it's for ergonomic, one's more comfortable, it might look better, more texturing so you can get a better purchase on that grip. I personally just have come to like the Magpul grips better. We're just going to show you how to switch the pistol grip out. If you're thinking that sounds pretty simple, well, you're absolutely right. It is a pretty simple process. But not everyone has done it before, and that first time you switch it out might be a little confusing, and there's a few small springs that you gotta keep an eye out for that you can easily lose and send across to them. Okay, so to switch out the pistol grip on your rifle, it's pretty simple. First, you need to go buy a new pistol grip. The only tools you should really need is a screwdriver of some sort. That's going to depend on the current pistol grip that's in here. This one uses a Phillips head. This Magpul grip here versus this Magpul uses a flathead or a Allen key. So for this I will need two different tools. Personal preference if you want to take the upper off the lower or not to do this. So while you absolutely do not have to take the upper off the lower, because I'm working on the camera here, it does make it easier to manipulate the lower. So pretty simple. You just take your screwdriver, place it in the lower. You'll just turn that counterclockwise until comes out. You'll start to see this loosen up. This is the piece we're talking about that you do not want to lose. You can see right there, there is a spring and there is a detent. The detent connects the spring to the safety. Without that, there will be no resistance in your safety, and you can see here the safety will move freely around. So then you can actually pull your safety out too. So you want to make sure that you're coming basically straight out. So you want to make sure you come straight out with that. That way you do not bend that spring. The detent will stay inside there. If you flip it upside down, it may or may not fall out. But if you see it in there, you don't have to worry about taking it out. Next step is just take out the spring from this one. And all we have to do is place it in the new pistol grip here. We'll take the cover off that Magpul grip and then this screw here, put it back together just the same way it came apart. So when you do go to reassemble it, just make sure that your safety is in. Make sure you drop that detent in and then make sure that spring is straight, and you go in. You want to try going as straight as you can so you do not mess up that spring. Sometimes the pistol grip is pretty stiff, so you might have to push on it, give it a little bit of tap to knock it in there. Okay, and before we screw that down, it appears that the safety is good to go. And if you can see there are two holes in the pistol grip. You want to go with the one closest to the trigger guard. So all you have to do is take that screw, line it up with the one closest trigger guard, and just start screwing it in. It might take a little bit. It'll just go until it's snug. So that there is pretty snug. Something I forgot to mention is I'd also recommend putting a little bit of Loctite on your screw before you put it back in here. This came with Loctite on from the factory, so I did not have to do that. But if yours does not have Loctite, it's good to put it on there. Otherwise, your pistol grip can come loose. That's not a good thing. So after all that, just go ahead and slap your rifle back together if you did disassemble the upper and lower, and then you're good to go. So here we have the Magpul MOE pistol grip on the Savage MSR 15. And since I had it laying around, might as well switch it out. It's going to be a little more ergonomic and comfortable for me. Also have a small storage compartment in here, which is good to throw batteries in if you want to go that route, or some other small tool that might be important. Would like to thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And one last note, although you can switch parts out on firearms, there's no need to throw that part away. Even if you have no intended use for it, something like this, you can always have a spare parts box. So it's good to throw this in that box. You never know in the future when you might be working on a build and you just need an extra part. Another thing most people oftentimes forget is Magpul prints their instructions on the inside of their packaging. So if you ever have questions on a Magpul product for how to use it, install it, or whatever you're doing with it, you can always go ahead and just take apart that packaging, and the instructions are in the inside of that box.